Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Chigardullah and we are going to deploy on Laravel Cloud today. Before that, we are going to look at what went wrong yesterday. So yesterday my plan was to upgrade Flux UI from version 2 to from version 1 to version 2, and in that the documentation that I followed, the way I followed the documentation was incorrect. So docs Flux UI dev docs. One of the silliest mistake that I had done was in the upgrade guide, I looked only till here. You need to upgrade it to V4 or later by following this Tailwind CSS upgrade guide. After till here, I clicked on here and then I started following the Tailwind CSS upgrade guide, and then my expectation was that everything should work. But what I should have done, and this is for my own future reference also and for everyone who is planning to upgrade any application, is to first go through the upgrade guide completely. We don't have to work on it, just go through everything. Usually I do it, but probably yesterday I don't know what happened to me. So I skipped it, and uh, I skipped the upgrade guide, the below documentation, which were the things where I was stuck. So basically, what I had done was migrating accent colors. So this was the important piece for me, which I was struggling yesterday with. So now that is solved, of course. So for that, what we'll do is I can go through the commit that we did yesterday, commit that I did today morning, I think, before leaving for office. I I just committed quickly in 10 minutes. I was able to upgrade the Flux UI, and the issue was also nothing actually. So yeah, so I will just go through the major changes that we need to do. So yesterday, yes, we removed the post CSS config.js. Tailwind.config.js is trimmed now, so we don't need the colors, and we also don't need all of these things because now they are part of app CSS. So there is a one uh, kind of one-to-one mapping. So whatever we have removed from there is now available over here. One major change is that in the layouts there was flux tiles. So for dark mode purpose, we still need appearance based according to the docs, but only because of that. But rest of the CSS is now part of this line, flux CSS, and they should take so accent colors and etc. that I was missing yesterday are inside this, I believe. So by adding this, things have solved this, and yes, and there was one more thing. This colors was added by the Tailwind utility itself. This zinc also, it mentions like if you are using neutral, the default variant for Flux. So these are the things that you need to do, and the Tailwind utility upgrade utility also did that automatically. So that's good. So here one extra thing that we need to do was this layer. It is now part of layer. Dark class related properties are now part of layer theme. But rest everything, I think what the utility did, the utility tool to upgrade did was also almost uh, perfect. Yes, layer base, it did all of these things for us. Main important part missing was, I think, this line. And of course, then everything else falls into picture. Then I followed the documentation and all the breaking changes. The flux option is now select option. Similarly, all the table related directives have been changed. Let me take a look. Yeah. So all these columns have been changed to table.columns, etc., etc. Nothing major. If you follow the docs, it is all mentioned over here. Yes. Nothing. So today, what we are going to do is simply deploy this application to Laravel Cloud. This had been we had deployed this before, but that account was owned by the Laracon India organizers, and obviously to save cost, they pulled it down. And for because I want to learn more things and also share all of these things, so I decided that I will host on my instance. And of course, after this stream, probably even I will pull it down because I don't want to spend money because no one is going to use it. And if you plan to use it, you can ping me, we can figure something out. All right. What else before starting? Do I have anyone on the stream? I see one person. Thank you. All right. Then all right, let's start with the cloud. Here we'll start with the new application. Manage repositories. We'll give permission to access my repository. And it should be done. Hmm. Laravel Cloud app, read access or repositories. We will select only Laracon Connect. Save Laracon Connect. Application name Laracon Connect. I doubt we have Asia. I think this one is the closest to us. Then we need to set up our network. Hmm. First, this is the environment main. We can click on deploy. This edge network they will configure. Default they will provide us some uh, domain, subdomain. App is flexible, one minimal. We'll keep it very minimum. Auto scaling none. Enable hibernation to pause your application if it doesn't receive HTTP request within the configured number of minutes. Yes, 5 minutes. We don't want to use Octane or scheduler. So I think this is good. Then we'll have to create a database. We'll do that. Create a new database. Oh, one of the database already exists. I hope I'm not getting charged for that. Then the name is fine. Main fine. in create database cluster. This is not recommended to use in production. Yes. So this application is actually tested in Postgres. So I think we'll stick to Postgres. My personal preference is MySQL, but when we created this application at that time, MySQL was not available on Laravel Cloud. So I did not make any changes. I just made sure that everything works with the Postgres SQL. Postgres. The database cluster LaraconIn Laracon Connect has been created. This is linked. Everything cache not required. That's it. We can save and then we can deploy. Hmm. All right. So this is my plan with all the live stream. This is what I am trying to do. So first we upgraded the live wire, then we upgraded the flux, then we'll deploy, and while testing we can do the testing in the production in the staging environment, and after the stream is done we'll close it down. And then there are some issues um, in the cloud. One of the things is that importer is not working. First we will look at the issues, what is the issue, and then we will work on fixing that issue, that is importer in admin panel is not working. So this also has an admin panel. Yes. So we will go through that in this stream. Then after fixing this we are going to introduce test and write test as much as possible. I am no expert in writing test. Probably I will get some help from you guys who are available, and we'll do the test. Why test? Because after this I plan to modify the code base. I plan to change the logic of this game, where I think test will be helpful, because when we change the code we will, with the help of test, then we can expect, okay, certain things, game should work in this way, etc., etc. So that's why first we'll write some test around the existing code, then we will modify, especially these two, although they are small, very small tasks, uh, but uh, but it's a structural change, and probably I think a test is must have for especially these two scenarios. So we'll try to write test in this stream. Fifth, if we'll see if I am able to uh, cover everything, like fix importer in for in tomorrow's stream itself. All right. I was taking a look at cloud. It has failed running the commands. Okay. Hmm. So this Flux UI is a paid tool. I recollect giving credentials hmm, to Laracon India organizer Abbas. Let's see. Laravel Cloud install packages, um, protected packages or whatever. Mm-hmm. Or let us do one thing, the docs, because this is very common scenario. I'm pretty sure they must have covered in their docs. Deployment. I want to take a look at the deployment. All right. And to deploy hooks manual. No. So composer password, composer authentication, private composer packages. To allow installation of private composer packages, you will need to configure your application's composer HTTP authentication credentials for each package using the composer config command. You should add this command to your build command prior to invoking composer install. Okay, in the deployment. Hmm. Okay, let me do that then outside of the stream. Hmm. Give me a minute. I will just configure the composer credentials in the deployment. Where are the deployment command? In the settings, I can see just so here I can see in settings in deployment I can see the build commands that we can execute. So what the documentation is saying that we need to composer config flux UI dev. The example is also of flux UI. Interesting. And then your username and your password. So I have that in my auth JSON. I will take a look at that. Username and then password, which is the license key. I will move away from the settings page so that you all can't see my passwords. Let's try to deploy. Build logs, preparing build environment, running build logs, pushing application. Okay, there are three steps. It failed again. I hope they don't show my password. Mm, index.css. Mm, one modules transformed. Build failed. Build white build. Hmm. Okay. Let's try to regenerate that locally. npm run build. Okay, I can regenerate that issue locally as well. So this is related to upgrade, of course. Okay, so unresolved filament. Mm, what is the path? Vendor vendor filament, filament resources CSS and index. I can see that. In file admin theme CSS, which is under CSS filament resources CSS filament admin theme CSS. Okay, let's search then. I don't know. 2015 issue definitely. It's not. Hmm. So this filament also is using tailwind, right? So even it that might break. We'll have to also upgrade the filament, I think then. Hmm. Or disable filament for time being. Hmm. All right. Let me check what version of filament do I have. Filament 3310. Filament 3310. Hold a second, what tags do they have? Package JSON. What tailwind version do they require? All right. So which version? Filament tailwind v4. Filament PHP weak tops, new features could have gone. Unfortunately, I ended up removing filament PHP from my front end. It's a mix of Lux exactly and my own components now. Still using filament PHP on the backend with its default pre-compiled Tailwind CSS to keep things simple. I don't understand. So I am creator of filament here. As others have noted, V3 now supports Laravel 10 to 12. V4 will support 11, 12, and Tailwind V4. Apologies for the downgrade. Work for new projects. Okay, for now we don't. But yeah, the V Tailwind filament V4 definitely is helpful for us. But for that, I will have to upgrade filament also. But I don't see any tags for V4. Is it stable? I see a tag for 4. Mhm. It's not released, I believe. Still being worked upon. Hmm. Yes, V4 is not released. So of course, filament will fail. Hmm. But if you recollect, my original plan was to work with filament. I wanted to fix one of the issues in filament, but we won't be able to do that now because filament doesn't support Tailwind 4 and we want to upgrade it. Hmm. So there is a blocker overall. Probably because this is a test, we can run the beta version of filament. But yeah, we'll still, of course, we'll have to upgrade it to version 4, alpha or beta version of version 4 of filament. We can do that. Hmm. We can do that. Then I want to break it down. So, is there a way that we can make this deployment work without the filament part? Hmm. There is, yes, yes, filament. I'm thinking if I simply not load its provider, filament provider, I comment it out and I remove the filament dependency, then I think it should work. Very long shot, but let's try. Yes, exactly. Yes, Punyapal. I just I just realized that filament uh, version 3 doesn't support the Tailwind V4, so I'm stuck. So currently, what What I'm planning to do is try to remove the filament dependency from the project, deploy it on the cloud, and in the next iteration, probably create in the next stream, probably will upgrade the filament, because in the filament there is not much of a customization, I would say. If I simply follow the docs, I should be able to upgrade from v3 to v4. So let's remove filament. App service provider. Is there a admin panel? Hmm, admin panel provider. Where is this loaded? Ah, now everything is loaded in over here. So if I comment this out and remove the dependency of filament, hmm, let's, and one other place, I think you said nope Punyapal for what? I don't have a context. Hmm, filament. What I was trying to do is I was trying mm, comment this out over here. Then in the white or some, is there a reference to filament where I'm loading over here? Yes. Okay. Then okay, they will have lots of changes, so don't dare to do that. Oh, challenge accepted. Yeah. Because the application itself is very small. So I don't, even if I go through full docs, I know what all components that I'm. Yes, yes, I know. You you get my messages after 2 3 minutes. Probably 2 3 minutes is too much, but yeah, there is definitely some lag. So you should understand that if you write only nope, I don't know for what, for which topic you are saying no. By the way, if you want to join the stream, you can. I can share you the guest link and then you can join. Do you want to join? Reply me after 2 3 minutes. All right. Where was I? Yeah, I've commented this out and let's try to remove it. Composer, herd, composer, remove filament, filament. Spelling mistake. Even the removal failed. Why? It may be required by other package. Okay, yes, we can do this and check why, because of this. All right, we can remove this as well then, like WAP is suggesting. Handling the post error code 1. There are no commands defined in because of course the I think now it doesn't make sense. Your filament itself doesn't exist, then all these things won't work. Okay, I can try. Okay, let me share you a link. It's up to you if you want to join or not. Mm, copy link. I will WhatsApp you. Wait, my WhatsApp. Okay. Uh, Nepal. If you have time, you can join Punibal. I've shared a link with you. Okay. I think now it's removed. And now I want to run build. So the build is working fine. Great. All right. So let's push these changes. Oh, okay, before pushing, I need to test it. Of course. Of course. Uh, where is my Laracon Connect test? Yes. Test example. Invalid ticket ID. Why? I can check that quickly. Postgres public tables users. Oh, there is only admin users created. Okay. So what we can do is we can do herd PHP art. Oh, see, smart enough. Exactly. Duplicate key. Hmm. Migrate
Hello.
fresh. Hey, you are on stream already.
Now I will be not able to like on my camera.
No problem. No problem.
Hmm. Okay, but I can check the.
It's okay. It's okay. No one is watching any which ways. All right.
Because you called your viewer to your stream.
I called my viewers.
You called your viewer to your stream, so there was one. Now it is zero.
I can't hear you properly for some reason. Are you? So I'm assuming that you have joined from your mobile and not from your laptop.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So
Um,
that's why your voice is bit fumbled. I can't hear you
I don't know.
properly.
I will let me switch my headphone to my earphone. Maybe that works.
Hmm. So first, let's do this. It's breaking somewhere because filament user not. Oh, I will have to remove the references of filament from the code. Hmm. Hmm. So it is not that easy to remove filament. Hmm. Okay, that's done. Then
Okay.
development.
Now it's better.
It's better, much better.
Hmm. Okay. So.
Yes. So what I am trying to do is because so I will give you a quick context. I want to install deploy this application to Laravel Cloud. Simple. Now while doing that,
Mhm.
I realized that filament like npm build is failing was failing because filament it was trying to load filament css into the tailwind and it was giving some error, and that's when I realized that filament doesn't support the tailwind version 4. So as of now my blocker is that I can't deploy to Laravel cloud. So
Mhm.
first my focus is to solve that problem.
Mhm.
Forget like I have removed filament from my local instance for now.
Mhm.
Like yes, I have removed it, and I am also probably remove some of the references that it has from the for example some models etc. I've removed
Mhm.
that and I want to see if I can make things work. So let's say test
Right. So is it
login.
login from the filament or?
So I I'm not even attempting to the login from filament. Admin panel, I
Mm-hmm.
don't care. I only care about the front end panel, which is at least now it looks that it is working fine. Cleta, where is Cleta? Okay, I picked the 11th player. Demario 90. If I boost it, 92. This is working. I think even this will work. The Lara code will also work, I believe. Let's take a look at the secret codes. Let's say all our shield. It's fine. Lara codes. If we try to redeem that, that is also working fine. So the filament is removed in simple terms.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I have assumed. So what I have done is I can show you the difference. Diff is that in the models I have removed the reference to filament user.
Right.
Uh, then
So I think you can uh, remove filament totally and start building uh, admin with the
I've, s-
yeah
I've
with the
simply I've simply commented these out, like remove
hmm
this, remove the
yeah
package filament, and
hmm
remove this dependency, one of the dependency
yeah
of
that is
filament.
that shows that sparses Laravel activity in the filament, right?
So yeah, that is for the spot. Right, right. The so wrapper around the Sparty. Correct. That is that. So I tried building this locally, and it's building now. Fine now. So what I will do is I will push these changes. I push
hmm
these changes and refactor, remove filament dependency, and clean up configuration files. Yes,
But
deploy on clone.
see, we cannot use like tailwind 3 for filament and tailwind 4 for.
No, no, I see. I am already weak at the front end, and yesterday you saw how much I struggled with only with Tailwind CSS
Yeah,
upgrading.
that I so I
So
see. Even
now you
I'm
are asking
I'm
me to,
interested. Yeah.
yeah, now you're asking me that I do. So see, if we try to hack it probably in a day or two, definitely I think we will be able to manage to figure out, like we can make things work, like when the filament is loaded,
hmm
load uh, Tailwind CSS v3. No, so for that the basic principle will,
I don't know, like even if we will be able to do that,
yeah, because
but
the
the
npm.
the yeah no, that is even like what you can do is you can create one folder, right?
Hmm.
Let me explain. You can create one folder and install Tailwind 3 there, right? And you can
The classic, not and not depend on the npm installer
mm,
at all. Yeah, yeah, that is also possible.
no,
But
no,
no,
what
not
I'm saying, you can be like do that, but what you can do is you can say that ask filament to get Tailwind 3 from there, right? Hmm, I
ask
don't know.
filament.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell filament whatever. Like, see, you can
So
configure
for
filament.
see basic
hmm
thing. So in the node modules directory, we will
hmm.
need to have tailwind version v3 and
No, no,
v4.
no, not like that.
Then
Not like that. What we will do, we will create one folder, right? See, I'm not sure if it is possible or not. But what I'm saying is, we will create one folder. We
at what level?
will
At what level?
at root level
Okay.
that we can say the tailwind 3, something like that.
Hmm.
And we will create a packet.json and all there also. And we will install the tailwind 3 there. And we will instruct the filament to get tailwind free from there.
Hmm. Okay. So basically
Hmm.
okay, okay. So what my understanding is, you are saying that this Laracon Connect will either have a sibling directory like a admin panel, or this will have two directories, one like front end panel and one like
So
admin panel.
in this that case, you will have a two separate applications with a
Yes,
single database.
yes.
Mhm. That is also possible, but what I was saying is you will have a same application, but just for Tailwind 3, you will create one more directory, and just you will just install Tailwind 3 there, right?
Uh, I understood the classic, like how we used to download
Mm-hmm.
uh, like all the JavaScript, CSS
Mm-hmm.
manually in the
Mm.
directory and then point it
Right, right.
manually. Yeah,
There
that's
must be some other ways, but I don't know like if people are trying that because my
why why
like
so npm composer, they were introduced for some reason. we are
mm,
going we are going back in the days, like, so I
mm,
don't think it's worth trying
I mean,
that.
see why I am saying is there are a lot of projects which are in Tailwind 3 because of filament. My even my own project which I am working on
That's all right.
right now.
That's all right. So it will
Mm.
eventually, so version 4 I'm pretty sure is not very far away, so it will
So
come.
not so how you can know that it is not far away? Just check their roadmap and you will see that there are lots of tasks which are pending.
Hmm.
Mm.
But at least we are seeing some progress, right?
Oh, yeah, obviously they will have a progress for sure. But you can see that still Alpha 1 is in a progress.
5 hours ago.
Hmm. Alpha 1 seems to be uh,
Hmm.
very soon, I guess. Like,
if
I
if
hope so.
al- yes, if alpha
See,
1 is.
there is something about due by 30 April. See, so we will have a this Alpha 1 on a 30 April. But see, there in roadmap you can also see the beta and all, right? So try to find that labels. I mean, I don't know.
Hmm.
Not there. You go to the projects, projects on top. Yeah, we are seeing. So beta one is
June
uh,
10.
June 10 and V4 is not uh, like declared yet.
Yes.
So it is too far. I mean, June is beta, then most probably you can check the difference between alpha and beta. It is 30 days. I mean 60 days.
Hmm.
No, 40 days. I mean, yeah.
Still,
No, it's not even 40 days. 40
still,
days.
see,
Yeah.
see,
Hmm.
my opinion is that for 2 months, let's say,
Hmm.
forget 2 months, for
Hmm.
even let's say for 4 months, it's
Hmm.
not worth putting that effort in
Hmm.
having two separate tailwind CSS,
Right,
because
right. So,
yeah,
what I prefer is let's go back to Flux one.
yeah. See, I'm doing this doing this stream for a reason. So I will probably, what I will
Hmm.
do is I will
Hmm.
okay, probably, yeah, because V4 is not even close, like it's not even beta, it's not
Hmm.
it's not even close. So I think we'll have to go back, revert back, and then make make all these things. Probably
Or
what
you
you're
can
saying is
just
right.
see, yeah. And what you can do is maybe you can take a pause,
Hmm.
let it be however it is, right?
Yeah,
And when the alpha comes, just install the alpha.
that is also fine, because the stream I will always have some or other topic to discuss or show. So we can
Hmm.
probably pause this Laracon in stream completely, Laracon in
Hmm.
Connect related stream, and we can
Hmm.
resume again when V4 is stable of filament, and we can upgrade it. That
Probably
also,
on 10 June. You can start with beta, I guess. That's not the big deal. I mean,
yeah, 10 June, we can continue. Yes, that's also work. So my original plan with this stream, right? Where is
hmm.
my project?
So
My
I
project
hope you have created a PR.
PR meaning.
I mean, you have a different branch or something for.
Yes,
upgrading
yes,
stuff or
yes.
yeah.
So it's
So
already, see, it's in the
mhm,
main branch for me. So there are two repositories. One is Laracon India repository.
yeah,
One is my repository.
yeah.
So all
But
these changes in are in my repository. So
see, that
hmm,
I understood. But if you have created, still you can do that. By the way, you can just go to your first commit and create one branch from there and
yeah, yeah.
just
So
reset that branch
yes,
to
yes,
the
exactly.
particular
I will
commit. Yeah.
reset hard. Yes, I will branch this
Mm.
out to the V2, and I
Mm.
will go back to my main and then reset
Mm.
hard to the working
And
branch, and we
yeah,
can
and
take up
yeah, and you can fix those issues in V1 as well already. Like I mean,
there.
you can fix those issues what you were thinking to fix in the filament. You can do it in the V1, right?
Hmm. Yes, yes.
And yeah, so you can still continue the stream, but not with the V2, with the V1.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So my point, I think the fixes are small, and I think yeah, filament version doesn't really matter to me. So probably I can still fix it. I think this is the
Hmm.
only one related to filament. Rest everything is related to the game itself. So I had these plans. So today was deploy on Laravel cloud, fix importer, this is the filament. Then I will need your help in this one, introduce test. There are no tests as of now. Then once the test is added, then I plan to refactor few things so that
So
we, hmm,
actually, what I'm saying is, you need to reshort. I mean, short this uh, task. I mean, you can uh, put this first and second task to end maybe, because
yeah,
first thing you should do is you can add tests, right, or fix import, right? Because fix import, I don't think that
I
is
understood.
that much matter.
I understood your point, what we were discussing. Yeah. So basically, we'll pause everything for now related to
No,
V2.
no, no, it is not related to that.
Hmm.
Because if you will have a taste, right,
Hmm.
and if you upgrade to V4 or something, if
Hmm.
it is breaking, you will be aware of, right?
Hmm.
Otherwise, it can be like it can also break in the production, right?
Hmm.
Because it can be break in some cases which are you are not aware of. Like if you haven't or you haven't tasted those taste cases in, I mean, in UI, right?
Yeah. I didn't plan to write test for the UI, by the way.
No, no, not like that. I mean, filament is pretty cool with the taste. You can do, I mean, you can do a cert table has records count. You
Hmm.
can, we
I don't
have
have.
some good
So filament,
good methods.
I don't have experience in writing test for filament.
Hmm.
Basic unit test
Hmm.
in PHP or Laravel, I think that is
Right.
still fine. It's been a while that I've written
Mm.
test, but I think I
I,
should be
I
able to write some.
I can test anything in filament and liveware. I already brought more than 50,000 tests in six
Hmm.
months. So I'm aware of everything. I mean, you told me that this is not possible. I will do that
Wow.
anyhow.
Then in this test one stream, I want you.
Mm.
Then we'll wrap this
Mm.
together. Then.
So what we can do is actually
Hmm.
we can use Streamlabs, right?
Hmm.
Anyhow, we will
Hmm.
do some struggle for layouts and all, right?
Hmm.
And we will stream on our both channels.
Hmm.
Hmm? What do you say?
That also works. We'll see. We'll see.
Hmm. So I think like otherwise for me it will be a little bit hectic to have 2 hours or maybe 2.5 hours of stream.
That is also true. I think
Hmm.
I think then should I even try deploying without filament now? No, right? Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
All right, then it's already 1 hour, so we can stop this stream and let
Hmm.
me see who else is there.
Like I think you can do
No one.
hmm?
No one is there, so it's okay. But tell me.
Still, I mean, okay, that's not problem. But I was like, if you can do some branch reset and creating a new branch before leaving. So that will be like a part of this trip, right?
Hmm. Oh, all right. Let's do that then.
Mm,
So what we have decided is we'll go back to the working version.
mm.
We'll revert all of these things, and for that, what we will do is we'll go to this one here. You just know this.
Before you start, let me say something, and we can take a pause and we can start again, right? So the idea is you can create a short for like how to reset and create new branch from a commit, right?
Hmm.
So,
Is it
mm,
is
so
it such a big deal?
mm,
Is it such a big deal?
not for everyone, but for juniors, right? Or maybe
Hmm.
some seniors as well because they are using from UI or maybe something like that. So you can create a short and
Hmm.
yeah, that will work. So let's take a 15
Hmm.
minutes pause and start.
Okay. All right. So what we have decided is we are going to revert the changes so far we have done. That is of upgrading the live wire. Sorry, upgrading the flux and the tailwind CSS because filament still doesn't support the latest version of tailwind. So what I'm going to do is currently because I was sure that we want to do upgrade, I made all the pushes to the main branch. Now I want to park all my changes. First, let me just check if what are the changes so far. So I have done some more extra changes. So I will do do commit these as well over here. That's fine. Git add, git commit. I have removed filament and then I will move it. Okay. So now my main branch is here. Now what I will do is I will create a new branch. So v2, let's say temp v2. So now my changes are very secured over here. So push origin temp v2. So I have pushed everything. So now this branch. Now what I will do is I will go to my main branch. I take a look at logs. Let's say last 10 commits. I will see which which of my last commit was the working one. So I believe this one, 7th April, yeah, which is just 2 days back. So we don't need this one. So we need this commit. We want to reset our uh, repository to that branch. So git reset hard to this one. Head is now at this one. So if we take a look at first branch, we are at that branch. Git push origin main, and if we do this, this will fail because we are uh, changing the reference. So for that we have to use force. Now it's done. So if we take a look at the uh, main uh, main branch, where is my GitHub? Okay, I'm already on my GitHub projects repository main branch. So this is my temp v2 which has all our changes, and here it's again from March 9. So it's done. Super boost. You're back. So
Okay, nice.
with this,
So,
with this, yeah, we'll wrap this up. Yeah.
okay, do you know cherry pick?
Yes, I know cherry pick.
Okay, nice.
So this cherry pick, when cherry pick is useful, let's say my one of the commit important commit is part of one branch, is in the
mm,
is part of one branch, but that same commit I want somewhere else, then I can
mm,
use a cherry pick.
right. So if you
Yes.
have done anything which is mm, so
Can
if you have
you?
anything like which is related, which is like good for main branch or something, so you can do charity.
Yes.
Mm,
So the use case of cherry pick, I will have to stress a bit to recollect a proper use case.
mm.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
used cherry for peak first time in the my Pinkery project.
Hmm.
So what happened actually? We created one feature, right?
Hmm.
And while creating a feature, we fixed some issues as well, right?
Hmm.
But what happened actually that the feature got cancelled, right?
Hmm.
But we needed some those fixes into the main branch. So we
Ex-
created one temporary branch and we cherry picked those commit which was needed for the fixes. So we
exactly.
cherry picked those commit and merged the new branch into the main. So yeah, that was
Exactly.
the.
Perfect
But
example.
yeah,
Perfect example. Actually, yes. So now I think by with years, what I have what I'm doing is, I whenever I create a new branch, I make sure that I do it from development. And let's say for some fixes, in fact, I used to uh, recently, for some reason, I uh, for let's say, for example, a production has some issue. So usually for production, it should come directly via master.
mm,
We check out the branch via master, we fix it, merge it to master, and from master it goes to development. This is the flow. But in some of
mm,
the tasks in my current company, I because of some workflow issues, like my personal issue, I made it from the development, and in such a way, so that flow itself was incorrect for me. Now let's say for some reason we didn't plan to go live with the development. My lead actually did face that issue. There was too much of time for development to go to main. So like staging to master, we still had to do a lot of testing, and the fix was very important. So what he did was, probably, I don't know what exactly he did, but probably what this cherry pick would have helped him. I'm pretty sure he must have used that cherry picked and just merged it into master directly.
but for that actually you need to be sure with your commits. I mean,
Yeah,
what people does, what people does, they finish whole feature and do commit once, right? Or maybe like so that will
oh,
not gonna help, right?
no, no. So yes, of course. So now I think I at least I have a habit. So let's say for example, and it is in my subconscious mind. So let's say even if you take a look at my these commits, okay, the screen is not shared. So the commits are in such a way that it is very minuscule. Like let's say in a time, like there might be a case where I have come across two, three issues parallelly, and I'm also working on a feature. There will always be files in my local machine where there are 10 files probably which are modified. So what I will do is I will take time, and I will make sure that I push changes related to that particular issue or a feature. Like
Right.
I'll make sure that only those selected files are picked. And let's say if one file is one file has issue from changes from two issues, then I will probably stash that file, make the manual change, and then commit it. So I think I have this, I think, habit I have created a lot, and this has helped me a lot.
Even like what I do is see when I think this is the pose, I just do commit and start working again.
Hmm.
I never do continuous work. I just do commit, start work, do commit, start work, do commit. So
But hmm, one thing that I avoid is work in progress.
no, see my WIP commits comes when I'm working and someone is calling and I need to go somewhere, right?
Hmm.
So that time I do WIP. Then when I come back, what I do undo one commit, right?
Hmm.
And start working again. Then after last commit, I do force push,
Hmm.
right? So that's
Okay.
how my
So
WIP stuff work.
so this Bhushan from Laravel Pune community, Bhushan, I'm not sure if you have probably you have met him, I
Hmm.
think.
The rebase video, I mean,
Yeah, the
hmm,
rebase and squash YouTube video that he has. He
right.
also gave a talk. I think that in
Hmm.
that scenario that also helps. So let's say if there are work in progress commits, we can squash them into one decent looking commit. This is what I
Hmm.
learned from him.
Yeah. So
Yes,
Taylor does that. Taylor
nice.
never merged. Even like, see, when I was new, I was merging main into, because our senior said that you
Hmm.
first merge main into your branch, then do a PR or something like that, right?
So
That is
can you
what
repeat that? Can you repeat that?
my seniors told me, that
Hmm.
you, before doing a PR,
Hmm.
merge main branch into your master branch into your
Ah,
branch, right?
okay. Yes. Yes.
So that is what I'm following. But once I started rebasing my branch before doing a PR or maybe merging into the main, I'm stick it to it, right? And I even don't like if someone do a PR with have one commit like merge main into this branch. I I,
Ah.
I don't like those commit.
Okay. No. So that I keep. So that is a different thing. So there are two different things. One, I like to keep merge commits. Like this commit is specially for merge. But yeah, if let's say if there is any certain repository which is following a standard, obviously I will do the rebase thing. But I
Hmm.
personally like these merge because what happens is if you want to revert a merge, it is possible. Let's say if you want to revert a full set of features, like in rebase, I think it's boiled down to only one commit if I'm not wrong. But in
No, no,
merge,
no, no, no. That is not the case. In a squash, it boiled down to one commit.
that is
On
better. That
rebase,
is, yeah.
on rebase, what happened actually? You have 15 commits in your branch, right?
Hmm.
And main branch have now more 10 commits, right?
Hmm.
So what it will do, on a new main branch, it will run those 10, 15 commits you have in your branch. It will fire one by one all the commits, right?
Hmm.
So if you merge main into your branch, if you have conflicts, you need to solve conflicts once,
Hmm.
right? But if you rebase it, and your three different commits has a conflict, you need to solve conflicts three times.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay.
So you will have a separate commits
Then
always.
in case of a rebase thing, how do you revert a full set of feature? So let's say a
Mm-hmm.
scenario.
Mm.
I
See,
have a stable version one.
sorry, let me tell you again. Rebase we use just to make our branch latest, right? But while merging, we gonna merge our branch into main. So those merge, see,
Those
merging,
merge
yeah.
commits will still
So
exist. Okay.
actually, what I am saying is,
Hmm.
uh, if I am branching feature branch into the main, that's cool. That
Hmm.
merge commit will be there.
Hmm.
But I don't like the main branch merge into
Main.
the,
Okay. Okay.
okay, right? That's what
Understood.
I'm
Understood.
saying. Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Understood.
Right.
For
Okay.
that you prefer rebase. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because see what happened actually, you will have a single line of all the commits, right?
Hmm.
Otherwise, what you will have three commits from your branch. Then you merge main with the
Hmm.
main. You will have some separate commits. Then you do five commits more. Then one feature
The
comes again.
the tree happens then. The
Hmm.
then the even our development branch or our local branch will have multiple parents, and
Hmm.
that can cause a issue. Yes.
Hmm.
Hmm. Interesting. All right. I think we
There
are.
is one more thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me.
Pool rebase.
Full.
So pool. while
Hmm.
pooling do rebase. So what actually happened, one, like, people works on a same branch, like you and me are working on a same branch,
Hmm.
right? So when you try to push,
Hmm.
right, so they do pool as well if there is something, right? So what we will have, we will have one uh, separate commit for merging remote to local, and then we will push,
Hmm.
right? So that will create one more like commit, and while you will do rebase, right, once again on a main or something, those all commits will be repeated
Hmm.
twice. So that can make issue. So for that, always use pull rebase.
Hmm.
So your new commits will be rebased on the remote rather
Hmm.
than merging remote into the local. So that will also make your branch little bit more cleaner.
Hmm. All right. Interesting. We probably will do a decent stream itself, a dedicated stream with the examples, because I'm pretty sure those who will, I doubt anyone will look at the stream in future. But if
Mhm.
they will, everything will go bouncer. So what we can do is we can do a dedicated stream
Yeah.
like the Bhushan one, and we can explain our
Mhm.
scenarios. But it's a nice
Mm.
topic.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, we can do on Saturday or something like that, a collab.
Yeah. All right.
See you then.
All right.
Uh,
Thanks for joining, man. Thanks a ton
yeah,
for your inputs. Yep.
yeah. See you.
All right. Bye.